as a true entrepreneur and not a wantrepreneur?
You can't say true entrepreneur versus a wantrepreneur.
Yes, there's wantrepreneur.
No, that's just your.
There are people who want to be an entrepreneur and aren't hustling.
Right, but just because somebody doesn't put all of the money back into the business doesn't make them a wantrepreneur.
So what does it make them?
It just makes them somebody who decides to make their business investments different.
But if you're not invested in the business.
That is, you don't have to put.
If I take my profit and put it in my pocket, that's not reinvesting in my business. That's investing in my pocket.
That's the purpose. If you're reinvesting all of your profits back in your business, then it's an expense. I'm Jessica Johnson Cope.
And I'm Waleed Cope. This is Commerce and Chill.
Welcome back to the latest episode of Commerce and Chill. I am Jessica Johnson Cope.
I'm Waleed. And
we are here to hopefully catch you before you run out in the streets. Yo, if you're going outside, please wear a mask. Be respectful, not of yourself, of the other people around you. Keep America safe. How about that? I'm gonna make a t-shirt.
What the governor say? Wear a mask, cool.
Yeah, and he sounded so uncool. And
you
he
guys
said
didn't
that.
hear him say that on the news? He said it. It was awesome.
So uncool.
He was like, wear a mask, cool.
So what's good, Waleed?
Yeah, everything is good.
Everything is good. All right.
Yeah.
So let me tell you what's good with me. I recently celebrated a birthday. I love birthdays. I really love my own birthday.
23 now?
Yeah, 23 times something.
Oh, happy birthday.
So for my birthday, I wanted to keep it simple since we're in the midst of this pandemic birthday celebration season. Kind of sad for anybody who have to celebrate inside by themselves and
What's
can't
sad?
go out.
They should be happy. They're alive. What is it to be sad for? You woke up, your feet touched the floor, and your eyes open. Be happy. Don't be sad.
But there's some people that are, they like to go all out for their birthday. They take the day off from work. They go to the club. They go to City Island. They get
time to grow up.
They get the fancy food.
So is life. Adjust, pivot.
But for my birthday, I wanted it simple. I wanted 3 things aside from good health and waking up.
We went to White Castle?
No, I wanted a cheeseburger.
Oh, did you get one?
I did.
There you go. Life's good. What more can you ask for?
I wanted cake.
Did you get cake?
I did. I didn't want like a big cake. I wanted something little that wouldn't make me big in the belly. So my dear went out to Sydney Sweets on the low. He snuck out and got cake jars from Sydney Sweets. Shout out to Sydney Sweets.
We mentioned Sydney Sweets anymore. People are going to start thinking they're a sponsor of this thing.
Today's episode is sponsored by Sydney Sweets. Check out their cake jars. And then the third thing I wanted for my birthday.
Worldwide.
It wasn't flowers. I wanted a plant.
Yeah, now I got a house full of plant children. Like 8 of them. They're just everywhere. They're kind of cool though. I ain't gonna front.
Yeah. So today we wanted to talk to you about what I like to call: do you want to own a business or do you want to grow a business? It came to me that life and business are like plants.
Okay.
You can either stay stuck in the pot that you go home in, or you can expand and get bigger. And when your roots grow, your leaves grow. And so that led me to think about today's topic, which is, do you want to own a business or do you want to grow a business? And I've been listening to Fix This Now by Mike, pardon me if I mess up your name, McAllowicks. No, I think that's it. The same gentleman who wrote Profit First. And he talks about how some people get so enamored with the idea of owning a business that's good enough, that they never take the time to invest in the people, the processes, the products and services that will actually allow their business to grow. Have you seen that in your experience, where there are people who are in love with the idea of owning a business, but not really putting in the work to grow their business?
Yeah.
Give me an example.
There is a huge difference between owning it and growing it. I can go buy a business tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Like, there's businesses for sale all over. Mm-hmm. But what are you going to do after you own it? Mm-hmm. Like, are you just buying the business or starting a business so you can put it in your profile to be like, hey, I'm an entrepreneur, or hey, I'm a business owner? Like, what's the real purpose? Because, the people that I know who are really doing it, they're not really walking around talking about, I own this, I own that. They're just like, yeah, I'm in business. And they just leave it at that because what they do speaks for itself.
Interesting. I like that. What you do speaks for itself. So, we've been hustling. And I've said on more than one occasion, I feel like we're working harder than ever during this pandemic. And some of the things that have come to light is that in order for the organization to grow, the people within the organization have to grow. And as the leader, we need to make sure that our people continue to grow professionally, as well as grow within their respective roles and responsibilities. And at the end of the day, the truth is growth hurts. Growth is uncomfortable. It's supposed to not necessarily feel good because things are changing.
If you own a business and you're not growing it, guess what? You will be out of business because you didn't grow your business. And growing means adapting and going with the changes, doing different things to make it more profitable, to reach into new verticals or new markets. Like, you have to grow your business.
But when you think about in terms of growing the organization and growing the people, right? So one of the challenges that you're currently facing at the Soapbox is you've had some new opportunities come about and you have to pivot and adapt the processes. And some of the suppliers or service providers that you work with or that we work with aren't able to adapt as quickly.
Yeah. And it hurts.
And they see it from the top down, right? So, for example, we work with a guy on Broadway. He gets it, but the people on his team don't get it. They don't have the same eye for detail. Their quality assurance processes aren't in place. And sometimes they're very nonchalant about how they provide us with what we need to provide our customers and our clients. And so when something goes wrong, the clients and customers don't see what's going on in the backside. They only see their interaction with us. So if we're not able to build up our supply chain, in addition to building up and growing the people that work on our team, that will create a bottleneck in terms of how much we can grow our business.
True. Everything affects the other one.
Do you have any other examples?
But we see it even when it's not during, this uncertain time where we're scaling, but whoever we might be working with that supply us with either products or some type of service, they can't scale up as fast as we're scaling up because either they don't have the infrastructure or they just thought about being in that moment. So I don't know. Maybe they don't take it seriously. They look at it. They just take it day by day. It's hard to say. I'm to the point where I don't even try and figure it out anymore because I'm like, hey, I got to do me. And if I'm giving you my business, I want to bring you on this ride along with me because I'm not just giving you my business because you're the cheapest or, I like you. When I do business with somebody, it has to be a combination of they have a good product, a good service. We have the same, moral compass when it comes to business and just how we treat and interact with people because I'm giving you my money and I'm dealing with you with my time and resources. And trust me, I like to give money more to people who are in the same category mindset as myself.
So mindset matters and you have to invest time, but when everybody's on the same page, it doesn't take as much of an investment of time or resources to make sure that it all comes together.
Exactly.
All right. Well, one other point I wanted to include as we think about do you want to own a business or do you want to grow a business is the difference between sales and revenues versus profit. I was on a webinar earlier with Rich Dennis from Essence Ventures. And one of the things that he and some of the other speakers on the webinar today discussed was as small businesses that look like ours come to them and ask for money, the challenge is they don't necessarily have a sustainable model because they're always talking about sales and revenue and not about profit. And I just want to encourage you, if you have a small business, if you think about starting a small business, if you are your own small business, that you have to focus on the profits because just getting sales is not sustainable if in the end you don't have anything to take home and keep in your pocket.
Don't get me preaching on that. Like,
you don't have that much time.
You about to sprinkle some salt on me. So I'm just gonna shake my head and agree with you because otherwise, we're going to blow the time for today's podcast because I am sick and tired of people talking about how much my business is valuated at, or we brought in this much revenue. Oh, we did $1 million, or we did $10 million, we did $5 million, we did $300,000. And they say it to me and I just be like, wow. And I smile. And my one question is, when we're in those discussions is, what was your net? Oh, well, we're not positive yet because we're looking long term. Okay. So basically you have a company that goes around and begs for money.
Please, sir, I want some more. What?
But you kind of sell this product or service, but you're really going around and asking people to keep investing in it till one day you decide to turn a profit. Let's be clear. It ain't hard to have a business that loses money every month or every week or every year. That ain't hard. Focus on the bottom line, people. Figure out how you generate more money without drastically increasing your expenses. That's what building a business is about.
I'm going to take it one step further and then we're going to bring this to a close. If you have more profit, that's more that you can keep in your pocket, so that if you do have a beloved, or if you have children, or if you just want to do what you want to do, you do that out of your profit. You don't do that out of sales and revenue. So make sure that the profit is there so you can live the life that you want to live. So you end up being a business owner, the owner of a business that grows instead of your business owning you. That's my 2 cents.
And see, that's the second mistake people make. So I'm glad you mentioned that. Take the profit and put it in your pocket and go on vacation. You trying to build a business or you trying to live a lifestyle? If you're growing a business, you're going to be laser focused. And this is as long as it takes.
Forever.
Entrepreneurship is a journey. People think, oh, I Shopify store, or I'm going to put a sign up in front of a building. And guess what? I'm an entrepreneur. Guess what, people? The word entrepreneur doesn't mean you're an entrepreneur. You know what it means to be an entrepreneur? Late nights, hard work, sleepless nights.
The devil is a lie.
Yes, it does. I'm not saying
it doesn't
you don't
have to be
sleep,
that
you
all
don't
the
take
time.
care of yourself, but
You
that's what it
cannot
takes. That's what it
sleep
takes.
and
Name
you
me
stay
one person.
home.
Anybody name me one person you know
I'm
that's
going on
built a
vacation.
successful business and hasn't freaking put in the work, who's bleeded out of their eyes at times, who's lost sleep, who's been stressed out, put their last dollar, not sure where the next dollar is coming from, and built a successful business.
Yeah, but
Name
you're making it an extreme, though.
I'm not
like,
making it
yes,
extreme.
you are.
This is entrepreneurship. That's the problem. People think this thing is, oh, I'm going to go get an LLC. I'm going to do this, and it's going to be so freaking easy.
Oh, my
I bet
gosh. You
$100.
are so generalizing.
Let's bet right now. How many businesses are going to come back from COVID? How many?
I know who's not.
Right? There's going to be a lot. And let's be clear.
And when we talk about who's not coming back, that's our next episode. And because we're getting the sign,
some of them are not going to come back. What? Some of them are not coming back because they shouldn't have been entrepreneurs from the giddy up. Right? COVID became the excuse for them to tap out. Right? And respect. Because you realize, you know what? I'm calling it out at this time.
But at what point does he put money in his pocket?
When he feels it's necessary.
point
But
of a
he's
business-
grown his business.
He's growing his business, but that doesn't always make
Maybe his goal is when he gets 3 hoodie shops, then he'll go on vacation.
and he'll be dead.
Maybe he will, and
He'll
maybe
be
he
dead 'cause
won't.
he
But
can't
guess
go on
what?
vacation
He's
'cause he doesn't have
doing
any
the
money.
thing that he wanted to do and he loves as a true entrepreneur and not a wantrepreneur.
You can't say true entrepreneur versus a wantrepreneur.
Yes, there's wantrepreneur.
No, that's just your. That's
there
just
are people
your
who want to be an
opinion.
entrepreneur and aren't hustling.
Right,
I'm
but
sorry.
just because somebody doesn't put all of the money back into the business doesn't make them a wantrepreneur.
So what does it make them?
It just makes them somebody who decides to make their business investments different.
But if you're
So
not invested
respect
in the
that.
business.
That is, you don't have to put.
If I take my profit and put it in my pocket, that's not reinvesting in my business. That's investing in my pocket.
That's the purpose.
Wait.
If you're reinvesting all of your profits back in your
Wait,
business,
what?
then it's an expense.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is an expense because you're spending it all on the business.
I'm using the money to additionally
That's
grow
welfare.
my business. No, it's not
That's
welfare.
business welfare.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
I'm taking my profit and putting back in my business because I want to exponentially
You have no
grow my
profit.
business. How you have no profit?
You
If
have no
sell a hoodie
profit.
for $50 and you pay $20, you got $30 profit.
You have no profit if at the end you have nothing to show
No,
for
you
it.
have profit. I choose not to put it in my pocket. I choose to put it back in my business.
If you put
and
it all
hire
in
another
your
person.
business and you spend it It's an expense.
No, it became an expense. But at the end of the line, it was a profit. And I choose to take the profit and put it back in the business.
So then how
Somebody
would
else
you have
chooses to
grown
go
your-
buy a Bentley or buy a Mercedes or whatever. I'm saying,
Oh my gosh, you
you
are
know
being
what?
so freaking extreme and wrong.
No,
Yes.
trust me. Okay.
No, I'm not trusting you.
How many friends or how many people do we know who are in business and every time you look at their social, they're posting pictures where they're somewhere or they're eating out and blah, blah, blah. And then they have a conversation with you later and be like, yeah, business is really tough right now. I'm like, bro, sis, take the money that you spend on that T-bone steak and put that shit in Facebook ads and grow your business. Well, that's what I'm choosing to take the profit.
But that's not a place for judgment to be
I'm
like
not
they're.
judging.
You are. You said
No.
you're a entrepreneur.
I'm not judging.
You
I'm
did
just-
say that, Miss AJ. Did he not say that?
I said
Yeah.
you're an entrepreneur, but I'm
Yeah.
not judging. You can
You are
choose to do
judging.
what you want with your money, but don't complain about it when your business is at a certain level. That's it. You can't complain.
Well, I'm not gonna complain. I'm just gonna go ahead and end the episode. Look,
Tap it out.
do you want to be a business owner or do you want a business that grows? Think about that plant. Think
Grow
about
it.
our plant children
Reinvest in it.
with names, and they're
Grow it.
growing. Their roots are growing deep. Their plant leaves.
Don't buy a new lens
Their
for your
leaves
camera.
are getting
Don't buy
nice
a new
and
car.
shiny. So
Don't eat out every day. Reinvest.
you
it.
also have to grow
Grow your
and
business.
pour into the
Grow it.
leadership, your people, and your suppliers.
Good team.
And then don't just focus on sales and revenues. You have to focus on
Profits.
profit. If you want to be like him, put all your profits back into the business. But you know what? That means you're always going to be at work.
Don't be.
I choose to
don't
not
be
always
like
be
me.
at work.
I don't want you to be like me. You know
I'm
why?
Jessica
Because then I'll have
Johnson
less
Coke.
competitors. Please don't take all your profits and spend it.
Everybody's not competing
I'm
with
Waleed
you.
Cope. She's Jessica Johnson Cope. Thanks so much for coming. And remember, profits over revenue.
Commerce and chill.
I'm just gonna chill.
Ended on a good note.
You went to high five? I didn't see that. Oh, you were just putting your hand down.
I was going to move you out
You
the
was
way.
pushing me out the way? I
Yeah.
just got sunned on YouTube and the podcast.
Deuces.
That's all right.